Saints fans, we are standing at the edge of a cliff, and I am absolutely losing my mind right now because the heart of our offense is being ripped out in real time. For a decade, Alvin Kamara was the soul of New Orleans, but now everything we believed about this season is exploding right in front of us. This is an absolute nightmare scenario developing at the facility, and you won't believe the disrespect coming from the front office. We are building this tribe together, so please hit that subscribe button, join our 3,000-strong family, and comment your name below today. I want you to close your eyes and think back to the first time you saw Alvin Kamara glide across the turf at the Superdome, because that man literally transformed the way we look at the running back position in New Orleans. He wasn't just a player, he was a magician who became the ultimate weapon for Drew Brees, and he carried this franchise on his back through the highest highs and the most painful lows. But family, we have to look at the cold, hard numbers because the reality of the 2026 offseason is hitting us like a freight train. Just 2 years ago, back in 2024, Alvin was still that monster on the field, racking up nearly 1,500 total yards and finding the end zone 8 times in just 14 games. We all thought he was immortal. We thought he would defy the laws of aging forever. But then 2025 happened, and it felt like watching a legend lose his powers in real time. His production didn't just dip. It fell off a literal cliff as he struggled to reach 656 yards and only crossed the goal line once the entire season. It hurts my heart to even say those words because we love AK, we bleed with him, and we cheered for every single one of those electric cuts he made. But now as he turns 31 years old, the locker room feels different and the pressure from the front office is becoming unbearable. Is it just age, or is the system failing him? You have to wonder what is going through his head as he walks into the facility for OTAs, knowing that his legacy is being questioned by the very people who used to worship his every move. This isn't just about football anymore. It is about the soul of this team and how we treat the icons who gave everything for the city. I am asking you right now, do you honestly believe Kamara has one more legendary run left in him, or are we watching the final flickering lights of a Hall of Fame career? The grit he showed for a decade was unmatched, but the NFL is a business that eats its heroes alive, and it feels like the Saints are getting ready for the feast today. But wait, it gets even crazier, because the team didn't just sit around and wait for Alvin to find his fountain of youth during the break. The front office went out and made a move that sent shockwaves through the entire Bayou by signing Travis Etienne away from the Jacksonville Jaguars. They didn't bring him here to be a backup or a situational player. They brought him here to be the explosive top option at running back for this offense. This changes everything we thought we knew about the depth chart, and it puts Alvin in a position he has never been in before during his entire professional life. He is being asked to play second fiddle to a younger guy, and that is a massive pill to swallow for a superstar who used to be the focal point of every single defensive game plan. You have to ask yourself if the Saints are even okay with paying him the salary of a top-tier starter when he might not even be the primary ball carrier anymore. We are talking about the second year of the Kellen Moore era, and it is crystal clear that Moore is doing everything in his power to make this team younger, faster, and more dynamic. He wants a backfield that can explode at any second, and the raw truth is that they might see Etienne as the future while Kamara is viewed as the expensive past. They don't want you to know how deep the tension is, but you can feel it in the air every time someone mentions the backfield rotation. Imagine being a legend like Alvin and seeing the team sign your replacement right in front of your face. It is a psychological battle as much as it is a physical one. And I am genuinely worried about how this affects the chemistry in that locker room. Is Kellen Moore making the right call by pushing for youth, or are we discarding a veteran leader who still has the wisdom to win games? The mood is shifting from pure excitement about the new season to a deep concern about how this transition is being handled, because we have seen teams fall apart when they disrespect their veterans. This is a high-stakes game of chess, and it feels like Alvin is the most powerful piece being moved toward the edge of the board now. Let's dive into the cold, surgical side of this situation because the money trail tells a story that the team isn't saying out loud yet. Kamara is currently entering the final year of that 2-year deal worth $24.5 million, and his cap hit is sitting at a massive $10.5 million for 2026. To put that into perspective for you, that is the 6th highest cap hit for a running back in the entire league. He is sitting right there behind names like Jonathan Taylor and Christian McCaffrey and Breece Hall. Those guys are the engine of their offenses, and they are all in the prime of their careers while our guy is facing a massive crossroads. When you look at the average per year salary, Alvin is actually making more than Travis Etienne by about $250,000, which creates an incredibly awkward dynamic. Think about that for a second, because it is absolutely wild that the guy projected to be the backup is making more money than the projected starter. In fact, out of the top 19 highest paid running backs in the NFL right now, Alvin Kamara is the only one who is not a guaranteed starter for his team. That is a statistical anomaly that the front office simply cannot ignore, and it creates a massive target on his back during every cap meeting. Are we really in a position where we can afford to pay premium prices for a secondary role while we are trying to fix other holes on this roster? It feels like a disaster waiting to happen if they don't find a middle ground soon, because the numbers just do not add up for a team trying to compete in a brutal NFC South. I am your insider on this, and I am telling you that the pressure is mounting from every direction. The threat of being cut or traded is hanging over this situation like a dark cloud, because the NFL is a league of what have you done for me lately. If this news goes the right way, we have the best 1-2 punch in football, but if it goes wrong, we lose a locker room leader and a fan favorite in the most painful way possible. I am staying raw and honest with you, because you deserve the truth about the financial nightmare we are facing now. Seriously, I am losing my mind here because the news just got even more intense with the latest reports coming from Mickey Loomis. Our general manager basically confirmed what we all feared when he shed some light on the status of our veterans like Alvin and Cam Jordan and Taysom Hill. Then we have Jeff Duncan from the Times-Picayune dropping a total bombshell by describing this as an awkward situation that is quickly becoming a no-win scenario for Kamara. The word on the street is that the Saints are officially going to ask Alvin to take a pay cut to stay with the team, and that is where things get truly explosive. On one hand, you can argue that he is overpaid based on last year's production, but on the other hand, how can you ask a legend to take less money when he has already given his blood and sweat to this shield for nearly a decade? It is a disrespectful move that could blow up in our faces if Alvin decides he has had enough of the games. This man stays out of the spotlight, and he doesn't cause drama in the media, but everyone has a breaking point, and we are approaching it fast. Unbelievable is the only word I can use to describe the risk the front office is taking here. We are heading toward mandatory minicamp on June 10th, and then training camp is right around the corner, which means an answer is required immediately. There is no more time to hide or delay the inevitable conversation because the clock is ticking on the 2026 season. I have a theory that the team is trying to force his hand so they can save face if they have to let him go, but that is just dirty pool if you ask me. We are the ones who suffer when the front office plays these games with our favorite players, and I am sick of seeing the legends of New Orleans being pushed out the door before they are ready. I want you to feel the urgency of this moment, because the next few weeks will define the next 5 years of this franchise. We are witnessing a transition of power that is as messy as it is heartbreaking, and I need you to stay locked in as this drama unfolds here. At the end of the day, we are looking at a crossroad that will either solidify our future or leave a massive scar on the history of the New Orleans Saints. Alvin Kamara is more than just a running back to us, because he represents an era of greatness that we are desperate to reclaim. Whether he accepts the pay cut or decides to take his talents elsewhere, the impact of this decision will be felt in every corner of the Superdome this season. We are standing at the dawn of the 2026 campaign, and the vision for this team is shifting toward a younger and faster identity with Travis Etienne and Kellen Moore leading the charge. I want to believe that there is a way for Alvin to stay and finish his story the right way, but the business of football is often cold and unforgiving to those who have given the most. This is our team, and this is our community, and we are going to get through this together no matter what happens in those meeting rooms. I am demanding the soul of the fans in the comments right now, because I need to know where you stand on this. Is this the year we finally get back to the top by making these tough decisions, or are we being let down by a front office that doesn't value loyalty anymore? I want to see your fire in the comment section because your voice is the only one that matters to me. We are pushing for that 3,000 subscriber goal, and we cannot get there without every single one of you joining the tribe and showing your passion for the black and gold. Hit that like button if you still believe in Alvin, and subscribe so you never miss a single update on this developing story. We are the loudest and the proudest fans in the world, and we will never stop fighting for the respect this team deserves. I will be right here with you every step of the way as we navigate this chaos. Who dat?